Hello and welcome. You're watching News Unlocked, where we bring you news beyond the headlines, bring you the stories that need to be told, stories in the public interest, which you and I need to wake up to. On Tuesday, on News Unlocked, we broke the shocking story of young tribal girls being sexually assaulted in Uttar Pradesh's Chitrakoot district. Since then, a lot has happened. A judicial probe has been ordered in the case. The National Commission for Protection of Child Rights has also taken cognizance of the situation. The NCPCR has ordered an immediate probe while seeking a report from the Chitrakoot DM. However, the local administration remains in denial, even denying that any such incident has taken place. But we are going to stay with the story. We are determined to follow up the story on News Unlocked. Let's start with an update on all that has happened in Akbarpur village of Chitrakoot since Maushmi Singh broke that big story yesterday. Take a look.
I've been getting numerous calls from the SP's office and even from the entire social media cell of the police department in Chitrakoot.
This was the 10 p.m. show on India Today TV on 7th of June. While the show was still on air, India Today correspondent Maushmi Singh, who broke the report, started getting calls from Chitrakoot local administration asking for more details on the story.
The Deputy SP just called me that they were planning to raid and also investigate the entire matter along with the magistrate. They've asked us for the entire report. Our special investigation into the savagery and sexual violence of young girls in Chitrakoot shocked the country. A ray of hope came from the Chitrakoot administration. They swung into action. Dozens of tweets, calls, and then finally a 6-member probe team was made, headed by an SDM.
In the middle of the night, the Inspector General, along with the district magistrate and dozens of other police officials, swooped down on the village, and the minor girls, along with their family members and other villagers, were taken out of their homes and questioned. India Today reporter and camera crew were denied permission to be present during the interaction with the tribal girls. To the best of our knowledge, all the senior officers present carrying out the middle of the night questioning were men.
In the middle of the night, when the village was asleep and it was pitch dark, the girls that India Today spoke to were picked up from their homes and ferried out in official cars, surrounded by an army of police officials and administration officials. They were interrogated by the top cops and officers of the district.
There was heavy police presence in the entire village even in the morning, but the breakthrough made by the investigators overnight baffled us.
उन लोगों से हमने बिल्कुल सादी बात की. हमारी महिला अधिकारी ने बिल्कुल उनको कन्विंस किया और महिला फोर्स भी थी. बिल्कुल अच्छे और कंडीसिव एनवायरनमेंट में उनसे बात की है. इस तरह के किसी भी शोषण की पुष्टि नहीं हो रही है. नहीं, बिल्कुल भी किसी भी प्रकार की लिपापोती नहीं हो रही है. बिल्कुल सही जांच हो रही है और हम बिल्कुल कन्विंस्ड हैं कि इस तरह के कोई भी शोषण की घटना नहीं हुई है. वो वीडियो जो है उसकी सत्यता के बारे में मैं नहीं कह सकता, लेकिन हमारी अभी तक की joint inquiry में कोई भी इस बात की पुष्टि नहीं हुई है.
Meanwhile, the pressure is building up for a thorough probe into the incident.
India Today will always bring the truth to power. We will always be the voice of the voiceless. Nothing can deter us from doing that. We only hope that the administration would have not shot the messenger and indulged in a whitewash of the entire matter. It only exposes the government apathy and the sheer disregard for the voice of those brave girls who chose to speak out, thinking that something would change. With video journalist Parminder Sharma, this is Maushmi Singh in Chitrakoot for India Today.
Now let's tell you exactly how the administration in Chitrakoot remains in denial. Is this a giant cover-up? Because at around 4:30 p.m., the district administration of Chitrakoot put out a statement. They questioned the veracity of India Today's report, which had all these girls on record speaking about their sexual exploitation. Remember, we stand by this story and we will continue to follow it. That's our response to that. The UP administration of Chitrakoot claiming they have now conducted an inquiry. They have set up a 6-member committee after our show highlighted the assault. But here's where the statement takes a bizarre turn. The district magistrate and SP claim to have spoken to the families and the victims, and they state that the girls and their families denied that they were ever subject to any sort of sexual exploitation. The statement claims that Aaj Tak, India Today's sister channel, didn't pay heed to their requests for more information. To put things in perspective, we were asked for all the information in the middle of the night. We will extend full cooperation. We are ready to give all the tapes. We agreed to do so in the morning, but by the time morning dawned, the district magistrate and other police officers were already done with their questioning, and they overnight declared their allegations to be false. Now, the district magistrate is at the moment under the scanner, as is the district administration. Remember, this has been happening literally under their nose of the local officials. In the morning, the district magistrate held a press conference. India Today's Nilanjan Shukla caught up with him. The DM didn't seem concerned about the culprits. He went on to reiterate that the tribal minors were questioned and have refuted the allegation that, I repeat, were made on camera in the India Today report. Listen into the conversation between the DM and our correspondent Nilanshu Shukla.
उनके साथ बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से चर्चा की गई और बच्चों से कहा गया कि बेटा तुम लोग कुछ भी किसी से बिना डरे हुए बताओ कोई बात है। उन्होंने साफ साफ घटना से इनकार किया और साथ ही साथ ये जरूर जोड़ा कि जो दीदी आई थी उनकी भाषा हम समझ नहीं पाए। वो क्या उन्होंने रिकॉर्ड किया हमें पता नहीं। उन्होंने ये कहा कि उन्होंने क्या रिकॉर्ड किया मुझे पता नहीं इस विषय में।
आपने जो रिपोर्ट देखी उसमें स्पष्ट तौर पर नाबालिग लड़कियां ये कह रही है कि खदानों में काम करने की एवज में उनका यौन शोषण होता है, उनको पूरी मजदूरी नहीं दी जाती है और मजदूरी देने के नाम पर यौन शोषण होता है। उनकी माताओं को वहां पर आने नहीं दिया जाता है। ये खुद उनके घर की महिलाएं कह रही है।
नीलांशु जी, हमने आपसे भी मैं अनुरोध करता हूँ, यदि कोई भी विस्तृत विवरण आपके पास हो तो हमने मजिस्ट्रेट जांच ओपन कर रखी है।
साफ तौर पर आपने टीवी पर हमारी रिपोर्ट देखी है जिसमें लड़कियों के बयान है, उनके घर वालों के बयान है और वे अपनी दर्द भरी दास्तां बयान कर रही है। तो प्रशासन किसे बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा है?
माननीय प्रशासन किसी को बचाने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा है। जो वीडियो फुटेज आपके पास है आप उसको देख लेंगे। हमारे को भी उन्होंने ऑन कैमरा ये बात बोली, इसलिए मैं आपसे कह रहा हूँ। वो मैं आपको वीडियो फुटेज नहीं दे सकता, लेकिन ऑन कैमरा उन्होंने ये सब बातें कही। साथ ही साथ कुछ ही दिन पहले उक्त क्षेत्र में प्रशासन द्वारा भी फूड पैकेट्स ड्यूरिंग लॉकडाउन बांटे गए थे। उस समय भी किसी ने कोई चर्चा कभी नहीं की और इसके पहले भी कभी कोई चर्चा किसी ने नहीं की। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
जिलाधिकारी महोदय, हमारे पत्रकार संतोष बंसल कल वहाँ गए थे, मौके पर रात में उनको वहां तक जाने नहीं दिया गया। तो क्यों उनको जाने नहीं दिया गया था? क्या छुपाया जा रहा है ये बताइए आप।
कुछ भी छुपाने।
हमारी रिपोर्ट में लड़कियां बोल रही हैं, नाबालिग लड़कियां, कि उनका यौन शोषण होता है। उनकी घर की महिलाएं बता रही हैं कि यौन शोषण हुआ, उनको मौके पर आने नहीं दिया जाता था, भगा दिया जाता था। गरीबी के कारण वे चुप थे। तो गरीबों की आवाज क्यों छुपाई जा रही है?
किसी गरीब की कोई आवाज छुपाई नहीं जा रही मानवर। सबके लिए ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म है। जब भी कोई भी चाहे, कोई भी
हम अभी भी गाँव कहते हैं वो महिलाएं और वो लड़कियां नहीं है वहाँ पर। उनको कहाँ रखा गया?
कहीं नहीं हटाया गया।
उनको कहाँ रखा गया? क्योंकि वो वहाँ पर नहीं है, वो वहाँ पर नहीं है। प्रशासन क्या छुपाने की कोशिश कर रहा है? क्योंकि साफ तौर पर हमारी रिपोर्ट में आप देख सकते हैं कि लड़कियां अपने घर पर जाता बयान करती है। कहीं नहीं हटाया गया।
So if the DM is to be believed, the young tribal girls who came on camera are lying. Think about this. Young girls would lie about the fact that they were being sexually assaulted. Pushed to the brink, the truth is, young adolescent girls working at the illegal mining sites are being sexually assaulted in exchange for daily wages, which are often just rupees 100 to 200. Hear them out. So tell us today, Mr. DM, who is lying? Listen in.
पहले काम के पता करते हैं, फिर बोलते हैं अपना शरीर दे दो, फिर हम तुमको काम पे लगाएंगे। तो फिर हम दे देते हैं अपना शरीर, तो फिर हम काम पे लगते हैं, काम भी करते हैं तो पैसे भी नहीं मिलता, काम नहीं करेंगे तो खाएंगे क्या। चिल्लाते हैं, रोते हैं, क्या कर, दर्द होता है, सवाल सह लेते हैं। दुख तो बहुत होता है कि लागत मर जाए, गाँव में ना रहे। अपन पेट रोटी तो चलाएंगे, जैसे चलाए। 100 रुपया पैसा बाजार करने के लिए, मेकअप का सामान, लाली, बुंदा, चिमटी, बक्कल जो होता है, फिर सुबह करके जाते हैं तो बोल रहे हैं कि तुम बहुत अच्छी लग रहे हो। इसी तरह सच के नाव गांव तो अपने नहीं बताते हैं,
जो लोग करते हैं बताते नहीं हैं।
नाव बता देंगे तो वो नहीं कहेंगे, हमको मरवाएंगे, इसलिए नाव नहीं बताते हैं।
धमकी भी देते हैं?
हाँ।
क्या कहते हैं?
कहते हैं काम करना हो तो करो, जो इस तरह काम करोगे तो हम लगाएंगे ना, चले जाओ अपने घर, तो फिर हम करेंगे। अगर नहीं जाएंगे तो कहते हैं हम तुमको पहाड़ से फेंक देंगे। हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे साथ इस तरह काम ना हो, हमसे नहीं कर जा रहा है। इज्जत रोज रोज के कोई नहीं बेचेगा। दर्द होता तो क्या करें, करेंगे नहीं तो खाएंगे नहीं।
You heard them there. It's clear that these miners are fearful of the illegal mining mafia and the middlemen who are exploiting them. Fear is the key here. Fear is what is being used perhaps by officials at the moment to silence these voices. It wasn't just these young girls. India Today also spoke to the mothers of these assault survivors, and they pointed out why going to the police wasn't an option for them. Listen in.
पुलिस जब खुद ठेकेदार बांधे है तो ठेकेदार तो बोलवे करी, दरोगा पुलिस खुद बांधे है, गरीबन के पूरी नहीं सुन रहा। देखा जब घूस देना, जब गरीबन के पुलिस दरोगा सुनता है। दीदी गरीब आदमी दीदी आज कमा के ला नाच खाएं, कहाँ हम घूस पाई कि दरोगा पुलिस करी। हम
तुम्हारी बेटी गई तो आके रोती है तुम्हारे पास?
आके रोती है दीदी, तो फिर हम जाते हैं लड़ने, तो हमको भी मारते हैं, तो हम चले आते हैं। क्या करें, इतनी बड़ी बस्ती में हर घर से माना एक बिटिया एक लड़की जरूर जाती है।
सबके साथ ऐसा होता है?
सबके साथ ऐसे होता है दीदी, ये कहाँ तक चलेगा बताओ।
I'm going to raise the big question, and I'm going to put 10 big questions that the local administration must start answering. Why was the first inquiry in such a sensitive manner carried out in the middle of the night? The girls are not the accused. Why were they taken out of their homes in the middle of the night after we aired this story and questioned? In the list of senior officials mentioned who were in the night inquiry team, why are there no women listed as is mandated? Was this mandated protocol followed in Chitrakoot when talking to alleged victims while inquiring into allegations of rape and sexual assault? Apart from speaking to the girls and their families, what other line of inquiry did the administration follow? This has been happening under their watch, so why is the same administration now in charge of an inquiry? If an inquiry committee was set up today itself, then why wasn't that committee the one to investigate the allegations initially? If no crime has taken place and the allegations are fabricated as is being claimed by the DM, then why has a police party suddenly been stationed at the village? Why is the UP government silent on the allegations? Why have journalists been kept away from the village to ask questions? These are the questions that we will continue to ask, and I want to go at the moment to Priyank Kanungo. He's the Chief of the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Remember, these are minor girls. I'm also joined by Dr. Ranjana Kumari, Director CSR, and I'm also joined by Moshmi Singh at the moment. I want to come to you though, Mr. Kanungo, first, because I want to understand from you, will you order an FIR based on what we have reported? Will you ensure that justice is done to the minor girls, or will you also fall in line, sir, with what the DM is saying and live in denial?
देखिए, हम लोग FIR दर्ज करने के लिए ऑर्डर कर चुके हैं।
You've already ordered?
Yeah, we have already ordered.
Okay, good.
और साथ ही साथ स्टेट कमीशन फॉर प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चाइल्ड राइट्स वहां पे अपनी एक टीम पहुंचा रहा है और हम स्टेट कमीशन के साथ लगातार संपर्क में बने हुए हैं और वो टीम जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन की, जो इंक्वायरी की, जो फैक्ट फाइंडिंग की रिपोर्ट हमको देगी, वी विल रिलाई ऑन दैट रिपोर्ट.
So so the news you're giving me, FIR to be ordered, a 3-member fact-finding committee of the State Commission for Protection of Child Rights will be sent to Chitrakoot. In Chitrakoot at the moment is Moshmi Singh, who has broken that big story and is staying with it on the ground. Is there what explains this sudden shift, Moshmi, where the DM now says that the girls have denied all the allegations, your story is false? Is this fear which is playing a role? Are they being intimidated? Are those girls safe in the first instance at the moment, or is there pressure on them?
You know, clearly, Rajdeep, this entire report has opened a can of worms. It's definitely rattled the administration. It's rattled a whole lot of other people, the entire illegal mining mafia here, because they are under the scanner, and that's where the administration is not looking. It's also rattled the middlemen and the goons who were operating as if it was a free world for them. They were law unto themselves. And that's one reason that you see that the entire machinery of the district administration is now diverted to shooting the messenger and discrediting the report that the investigation has shown. Importantly, they've forgotten that the entire these miner girls, they used to go and work in the mining areas. Now, since 2 days, I've been told that there is no mining. The entire mining, there is a message, unsaid message that has been given in the entire zone. So quickly, all the illegal activities have wrapped up. Now these poor people, the poorest of poor, who survived with those 200 rupees daily, and they get 1 meal a day, are left without food, without any money, and they are being literally penalized because these two brave victims, they came up and spoke.
Are their families being under pressure? Are they being intimidated? Because we've seen in the past in Uttar Pradesh, local administration uses pressure tactics. This is not the first time to silence the media. There have been FIRs filed against other media persons as well in the past, and now they seem to be intimidating these young girls.
Rajdeep, how would you spell intimidation if you know you're singled out in the middle of the night, pulled out from your village? Rape is a stigma in the society, in any society, and those two girls with their mothers are pulled out. Everybody in the village knows who they are now, because they are the ones who are ferried out in a Innova with one women police official, and they were there for 2 hours on the road talking to top officials with a battery of men, army of men police officials. It's like they are being
At what
insulted
time was this?
after bearing all the savagery and barbarism.
What time was this in the night that they were pulled out of their houses? We reported the story at 8 p.m. on Aaj Tak, 10 p.m. on India Today. What time were they pulled out of their houses last night?
Rajdeep, they were pulled out at about 12 at midnight. At about 11:30, 12 in midnight, until 1:30 in the night, they were there with these top officials. Our reporter, who was there, wanted to make some shots. I beg your pardon, they've been asking India Today and Aaj Tak for all the cooperation and evidence, but when we were on the spot, they didn't want us anywhere in the vicinity. They wanted to keep it away. What they were talking with these girls and their mothers, and now you have an entire machinery that's gone out to discredit everything.
Let me come to you, Ranjana Kumari. Ranjana Kumari, what kind of an India is this? We expose a story. Young girls have come bravely and spoken about the sexual assault they are being subjected to for 100 and 200 rupees, and the administration lives in denial. What, in India's most populous state? How is one to interpret this? What kind of an India is this?
Rajdeep, this is really horrible. This is the kind of life these young poor, because they are poor, because they are poverty driven. Everybody knows that this area has so much of illegal activity happening. The mining is illegal. Everybody knows, even the chief minister, it happens under their own eyes. And this is what these young girls have to go through. And I think tremendous work your journalist has done by breaking the story out. This should have been known years and years back. I have visited the area. I belong to Uttar Pradesh, and I know that in this area, this whole Bundelkhand region, and especially Chitrakoot and Ramnagar and Karbi, all these areas are so poor that majority of the migrants come from there. Now they have gone back and they have nothing to live on. I do not know what kind of a package has been delivered to them. This district magistrate must be suspended because he is telling a lie.
Okay,
not only that he is breaking, not that he's broken the law, but he has, do you know, law of the land forbids police to bring women to police station in middle of the night. You cannot ask.
That is what I want to take to you, Mr. Kanungo, because quite apart from any inquiry, I hope you will look into the fact that the police have swooped in on these young girls at 12:30 in the night, interrogated them, and then come out and said all that your story is completely false. It is against the law of the land to do this, sir. Yes. I want to understand, will you come under any pressure in a case like this, or will you ensure that justice is done?
Rajdeep, listen.
Sir.
हम लोगों पे कोई प्रेशर नहीं,
कोई प्रेशर नहीं होगा,
हम लोगों पे कोई प्रेशर नहीं होता कभी भी। दूसरी बात ये समझिए, मैंने स्टेट कमीशन के चेयरपर्सन को ऑलरेडी ये रिक्वेस्ट किया हुआ है कि वो CWC जो चाइल्ड वेलफेयर कमेटी है उनकी मदद लेकर बच्चों की काउंसलिंग कराएं, काउंसलर की एक व्यवस्था वहां की जाए। काउंसलर से बात होने के बाद तब जब बच्चे कंफर्टेबल हो तब उनके स्टेटमेंट रिपोर्ट किए जाए। ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ स्टेटमेंट जो मैक्सिमम लीगल कार्रवाई हो सकती है वो सब की जाए।
What are you talking about, Mr. Kanungo? Why do you want, what kind of a counseling you need to the girls who in front of the camera? In fact, DM said that language nahi samajh paye.
Ranjana ji, Ranjana ji.
Let's not have a shouting match. I want one assurance at the end. I want one assurance that the girls, ma'am, just a minute. I want one assurance, Mr. Kanungo, the girls will be protected.
Yes.
The girls will be protected, the whistleblowers will be protected.
Okay, that is the promise you're giving me, that the girls will be protected.
Keep my words.
Okay.
Keep my words. The girls and the whistleblowers both will be protected.
That is good enough for me at the moment. I will go by your word. But on the ground, remember, this is Chitrakoot. And we have called it, unfortunately, Naraklok. This is Ram Rajya, Chitrakoot. This is why we want Yogi Adityanath's government to act. You claim Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. This is your opportunity, sir. Act on this case is all that we want. Be fair. Do not shoot the messenger. Moshbi Singh, we will stay with this story. We will give you and those girls full support is all we can promise. We are not going to backtrack on this story. Thank you all very much for joining me here on the News Unlocked. It's time to unlock the news. As we said, the UP government has accused us of running fake news. The India Today group stands by its story and its reporter. On the 7th of July 2020, the India Today group on Aaj Tak, India Today TV and across our social media platforms ran a special story on how minor tribal girls are being sexually assaulted in the Chitrakoot region of Uttar Pradesh. The story was filmed entirely on location. All the interviews were recorded on the ground by our correspondent and the camera team. The India Today group, without prejudice, believes that what the victims are alleging is done without any ulterior motive on their part. We believe that we have put forth the true picture of a malaise in society. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.